America, have we had our fill yet? Have we had our fill yet of the destruction and the chaos being perpetrated on us by the left libtard agenda that has been happening for a while? And the insanity under the Biden regime has been astounding. And more and more and more information comes out every time we turn on our news, or you go on X, or you go on YouTube. Especially from podcasters, private investigators, because we certainly aren't getting a lot of it from the major media outlets. Now, if any of them are any good, would be probably News Nation, maybe Fox, One Nation. I think it's another one that's called that you can find on YouTube. But wow, this is insane. So here, my guy, attorney at law, Andrew Branca. He is a attorney, has been one for over 30 years for his main forte is self-defense. He analyzed the video. I suggest you go check out the Andrew Branca Show and check him out on YouTube. Show him some love and like and subscribe. And talking about like and subscribe, just like Andrew Branca, the YouTube doesn't like what he has to say. And YouTube does not like what I have to say, because I am against the libtard destroying of America. I will not participate in it, and YouTube doesn't like it. So, if you like Christian conservative views and showing the news as it is with great commentary, please like and subscribe. It's absolutely free. Just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment just to get this message out. Get it out there. Don't let YouTube and the left win. We need more conservative voices that are being heard. Right? Get it out there. Get it out there. And I left off in the last video that I just posted where it went a little long. I was like, whoa, I looked down. This video was a little long, so I didn't get to cover everything I wanted to cover, so I'm doing a second video. And before we get into looking at some actual videos, I wanted to cover this because this was kind of what I was talking about in the last video, and I did want to go over this, talking about George Soros and how he was funding those movements and stuff in Minnesota and all across the country, giving money to these nonprofits and these NGOs to destroy us and to create chaos. George Soros funds his mission to destroy white first world civilizations, not with his own billions, but with the white first world's own trillions. So he plants the seed of these NGOs. He gives them some starter seed money, and I talked about this in the last video. He plants that seed money. They start these NGOs, and then these nonprofits, and then what do they go do? They rape and pillage America's taxpayers to destroy us with our own money. It is pure evil genius. Now, if y'all watched J.D. Vance yesterday, and he said, well, he was talking about Tim Walz, he says, well, you can't think of him as a Lex Luthor. Well, I can think of George Soros as a Lex Luthor. He is the villain in the story, and all his minions are the ones supporting him. Soros uses small amounts of his own money only to seed little startup NGOs and similar entities. These then appeal to our own government for funding, and the Democrats ensure that they get funded, and with our own taxpayer money. The Democrats are implicit in this scheme. I hope they find them all. Pray, Lord Jesus, that they can find them. And I'm being serious. You guys pray that these people can be found and shut down and put in prison. Put in prison. Then our own tax money is used to destroy us, to finance Antifa, to finance BLM, to import tens of millions of illegal and legal third world migrants into our own country. Biden did it right in our face. Right in our face. Dumped all these people, the Haitians. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Samoans. All different parts of the country. Just imported them in. Just dumped them. Just dumped them. It makes me angry. And guys, I'm on a thing to try not to cuss in the videos. Now, I said the shite. May I use the word shite? I did in the last video a couple times, but I didn't drop the F-bomb. I'm working on it. I think the Lord does not want me to use foul language. Yes, that is true. That is true. It's really a kind of facilitated social, what? Euthanasia? It's like we're killing ourselves? We're killing ourselves. There's the Brinca Show. You need to check out the Brinca Show. And let's hear what I really like this guy. I mean, his programs are so good. They are so good. Now, he's got a memberships only videos up, but I can't even afford $5 a month. It's like 16 cents a day to be a member of his YouTube show. But it is so good because there's things that YouTube don't want him talking about either. So what he does is he does these members only shows, but he does have lengthy, regular, free shows on YouTube that are really, really great.
The White House just released names of people funding Antifa protest violence in America. And it turns out, of course, George Soros and his Open Society Network is a big part of that. But the take-home message here is, where does all this money come from? George Soros is not actually spending his billions to do this. The money to kill our culture is coming from us because we are being looted, and then our own money, our own resources are being used to kill us as a white first world society. George Soros uses his billions only as seed money to get little organizations started that become NGOs, become left-wing organizations that then submit for financing to our own federal government and get it.
It's brilliant.
They get the funding. That's what all these NGOs, that's what USAID is all about. So it's our tax money being given by our government to our enemies to then execute our demise.
It's insane.
It's the looting that funds everything.
It's just insane, guys. It's on so many levels. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because all the fraud that was coming out in Minnesota, and again, I said in the last video, we haven't even scratched the surface. We haven't even scratched the surface. I think it's just going to be mind-boggling what we're going to continue to find out. And a lot of these states are still continuing to double down and not give the Trump administration their data, their paperwork on who's on the dole, who's on social services, all the different social services programs. There's lists of social services programs. And they want this data. They want this information. And what information that that they did get from the states, from the Trump administration, I can't even talk. They did find fraud in a lot of these states. I was over like 21 states that turned in their data, and they found fraud. Well, they found it wasn't the state committing the fraud. It was got missed that these illegals were on there, but guess what? They got them off of it. They went through it, and the states worked with them and started cleaning up their registry. It's just like cleaning up the voter registry. The Trump administration, while they were stomping to get elected, they went viciously to each state to get them to turn over their voter registrations because they don't clean them up. They don't get the dead people off. They don't do this. So what's insane is that Our own money is to destroy us. It's to destroy us from within. It's Lex Luthor level genius. Like, whoever thought of this? Like, wow. And this has been going on for a long time, for years. Probably, if not for decades. And guess what? George Soros also gives money to colleges, funds colleges. Probably they get kickbacks from all this other fraud money to tell them, hey, we're going to give you this money, but we need you to teach these other curriculums in these colleges, which are stupid curriculums, like defund the police, or they might call it something else, but that's basically what they were teaching. I think it was some college in North Carolina or whatever. I looked it up. It's been about a year since I've seen that. I went and researched George Soros, so I've slept since then. But I was astounded by how many colleges were getting money from him and then institutionalizing the curriculum on what they should push. So you wonder why all these colleges are pushing transgender, pushing anti-American, pushing anti-white, promoting Palestine BS. See, I didn't cuss. Promoting all of these nonsense things that are just all about hating America. It's the NGOs, the nonprofits that were seed planted by George Soros to destroy us for then. It is evil genius. All right, let's dive into the crazy leftard loonies that this woman is. Well, here we go. Radical BLM is funded by seed money planted by George Soros. And we all know what happened to one of the presidents or chapters of persons over BLM was indicted, which I need to go look that up. I know they were indicted. I don't know if they've been arrested and the trial's going on, or maybe they were found guilty. Whatever. So much has been happening. Like everybody's like, well, BLM is like so passe, but no, they're still out in full force. They are still out in full force. But here we go. We're going to get down this crazy hole of these lunatics, and then we're going to watch some videos of the incident. I saw a video that's in slow motion showing the ICE officer in front of the car, and we're just going to go over some stuff like that, right? We're going to go over the insanity of the rioters. All of this craziness. So here we got radical BLM activists are now calling to shut these streets down again. Make the city pay again and again. ICE is the demon. They are not even human beings. They want to do the George Floyd riots all over again. But what do these people have anything to do with illegals in the country? What does BLM have to do with it? I think they just somebody just said, hey man, they got on the phone and went, man, we're going to dump you some money. If you get out and say XYZ, we're going to give you some money. And that's how it works. That's how it works. Now, a lot of us Christians and conservatives are not going to be bought off. Like, no, you're not going to pay me to say this. No, you need to be thinking for yourself. These people are insane. But let's see what she has to say.
Shut these streets down. Yes. Again. Make the city pay. Again. And again. They was worried about losing money when George Floyd died. We as a people can cause them lose more money now. If we don't stand together, we're going to fall. Together we stand, divided we fall. We as a community got to stop talking and do the work. Yeah. We cannot wait till somebody die again to do the work. ICE is a demon. Yeah. They are not human beings. They are killers. They're killing on target. Shut these streets down.
The killers that killeth on target. What? I guess they couldn't. George Soros and this organization couldn't find a more articulate speaker. I'm just saying. Y'all can slam me if you want. I don't care. But she is retarded. The people are retarded. And I say this about everybody. Doesn't matter what race you are. You retarded, you retarded. I call myself retarded. So there you have it. There you have it. So what do you think about that? Why is BLM getting involved in ICE with illegals that has nothing to do with black lives, if anything? Now, you've got people in Chicago. What is there's a group called Chicago Flips Red, right? I think it's Zoe, I don't know her last name, has a YouTube channel. And then she has these two other ladies that work with her, and they're black. And boy, they are fire in Chicago. They want Trump in there. They want ICE in there. They are sick of being pushed out of their own neighborhoods by illegals. Illegals getting phones, houses, money, food stamps. Everything's paid for them. Everything. And what is the black community just got pushed aside? They don't give a damn about them. Oh, they are pissed at Johnson. They are pissed at Fritzer. I mean, come on, people. This isn't a black and white issue. This is an American issue to get these people out. So this woman, I don't know what rock they pulled her out of, but I tell you what, a lot of the black community in Chicago, go check out Chicago Flips Red. They are fired. They want these illegals gone. They want their own criminals taken care of. They're tired of the killing and the shooting that's been happening in Chicago. All right, I'm going to read this, but there's going to be a video. And again, I'll warn you before I watch it, it will be some disturbing footage of a gentleman had come outside his residence. He lives there. That's what it appears to me, that he walked out and he starts filming. All right, at the scene of the shooting, and he's right there at the vehicle where Renee is dead in the car. So just giving you heads up, and I'll remind you again right before I show it. If you don't want to watch it, just don't watch it, right? By all means, don't look at it. Renee, let's get a little background here. Renee Good was a Minneapolis ICE watch. What is she watching? She's a warrior who trained to resist feds, according to the New York Post. So where is she training? Where are these training programs, and what does all this training programs consist of? What are you learning how to do? Obviously, she wasn't trained that good, right? What are you learning how to do? The Post reports that Good worked to document and resist ICE in Minnesota. Good reportedly moved to Minnesota last year and quickly connected with anti-ICE activists through her son's charter school. The charter school says it puts social justice first. This is what I was talking about, what George Soros had promoted and wanted them to promote, to give them money, these NGOs, these nonprofits, and said, look, we're going to flood you with money, but you need to promote these ideologies. Obviously, there's always a catch-22. Social justice is one of them. It's retarded. Involving kids in political and social activism, according to the Post. That's right. Get them while they're young, and they know this. Get people while they're young, when their minds are full of mush. She was a warrior. She died doing what was right. A parent whose child goes to the school told the outlet, really? She died as a warrior? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This just doesn't make sense. It's just the ideology, and these people believe this. She died as a warrior. She died. It was unnecessary. It was a senseless death. She shouldn't have been there. You want to change things, you go vote. Good was trained against these ICE agents what to do, what not to do. It's very thorough training. Again, how thorough is this training? To listen to commands, to know your rights, to whistle when you see an ICE agent. The parent, Lisa, said. So somebody bought hundreds of thousands of whistles and passed these out to people. So I was wondering before, like, what do they have? They set up command centers near major cities? I don't know. I'm just asking to provide signs and whistles and talking points. They got command centers, right? Does that make sense? How are they getting so organized so fast? How are they getting all these people out there so quickly? Getting the information out. I think the goods reportedly moved to Canada from Kansas City after Trump won 2024 election. She should have stayed there and planned on living there for good before moving to Minnesota. She should have stayed there. She'd still be alive. You know what's sad, too, is that she has children. She has children. Now, I'm going to get out of the way here. I'm going to move my thing down. And I'm going to play this video, guys. So if you don't want to see this, viewer discretion is advised through this. All right. Also, listen close because her girlfriend, and then we just popped that up. All right, her girlfriend, which is on the left with the hat on. I don't know why my cursor's not working. But anyway, my little arrow pointer. But anyway, she's on the left in the picture here on the right. The picture on the right, she's on the left. That's her girlfriend. She is in this video crying. And listen to her. You're going to hear her say, she's going to say it's my fault. Because apparently she had talked her into coming down here. Coming down to this area to be an observer. Is that what they were calling her? A warrior observer? Or is she just a community agitator? So here we go. Now this is from a video of a guy who came out. I'm assuming he lives there and he came out to film.
Why did you have me a bullet?
Oh, you know how black people is, phone she thick as hell. What you talking about? It's cold in a motherfucker. I'm shaking that shit for it. So you don't got none of her family members or anybody number? Do you know anybody on her Facebook? Alright. Damn. Oh my gosh, this is horrible, y'all. You know how black people is, phone she thick as.
Could y'all hear her saying, I made her come down here. It's my fault. I made her come down here. Well, yeah, you talked her into doing it, and it's a tragedy. All right, this is the video that's, I thought it was in that last one, but that last one was mostly her saying that it's her fault. She's all distraught, saying it's her fault that she coerced or talked her partner Renee into coming down there and being a warrior for the cause that I don't think the illegals even care. But here we go. This is viewer discretion is advised. So it's right here, guys. All right, I'm going to play this video, and I zoomed it up pretty, so we could get a good look at what the situation is on the ground. And this person had posted, I repeat, liberal women are the end of Western civilization. I think it's just because they've been indoctrinated for so many decades that young women have bought into the lie and have become delusional of this libtard viewpoint. And George Soros and the Lex Luthors of all of this is the masterminds behind our destruction.
Can I go check a pulse?
No! Back up! Now!
I'm a physician!
Hey, listen,
care.
we understand. We got EMS coming. I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene. We have our own medics.
Where are they? Where are they?
I think she's already dead.
You just killed my fucking neighbor. You caught butter in the fucking face. You killed my fucking neighbor. How do you show up to work every day? How the fuck do you do this every day? You're killing my neighbors. You're stealing my neighbors. What the fuck, man?
Can I go check a poll?
No! Back up! Now!
Guys, I think she's already dead right there. I know there was another clip of them trying to do CPR on her. I don't think we're going to watch that. Now, they didn't show her. You could just see them just, doing the motions of the CPR. Good Lord. Now, somebody had really zoomed in, and this is really grainy, but you need to pay attention to, well, if I can get things going here. Let me fix this. All right, this is super grainy. Let me push mute. And I want you to keep your eyes up here. Let me see if I can move this down. Let's see. All right, here we go. Now, I slowed it down even more, so... Now, watch this. Boom, right there. Did you see that? That was pretty slow. Here's another. All right, let's pause this. Let's do this. Let me bring this up some more and over. Because we're looking at... I mean, look right here. Did you... Okay. The vehicle hit him. Here we go again. There he is. And there that is. One more time. It was bumping him. It was bumping him. And there was somebody from Australia put up an article saying, well, clearly he wasn't in front of the vehicle. I'm hoping there's some ring cam footage elsewhere. So all of this, there it is. Boom, boom, boom. It's crazy. Jacob Fry is the mayor. All right. So he comes out after the shooting. He says, Collins, which I believe is the CNN reporter. After you told ICE to get the F out of the city, I've seen a lot of Republicans criticizing you for escalating tensions. What do you say about that? Now, look, if the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be screaming to high heaven. Oh, y'all need to tone down the rhetoric. It's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. But the left does a great job in doing that. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So here's Jacob's response. Jacob Fry says, I'm sorry if I offended their Disney princess ears. What a disingenuous piece of excrement. But here's the thing. If we're talking about what's inflammatory, no one hand you got some... What? On one hand, you got someone who dropped an F-bomb, and on the other hand, you have somebody who killed somebody. So that's his excuse for fanning the flames. Actually, he's been seen in a lot of videos. If y'all don't know who he is, he's this guy right here. That he's been seen with videos with all these other people who are going to be indicted and looking at fraud. At fraud in the child care. Oh, yeah. There's more to be seen. There is more to be seen about him and Tampon Tim's administration. All right. Are we ready for some insanity on TikTok for these people who are reacting to the incident? These unhinged, insane people? These unhinged and insane people. Oh my God.
I watched the video, y'all. I watched the fucking video. The news is gonna say she tried to ram them. She most certainly did not. They ran at her car, holding on to their guns, and then they shot her when she tried to drive away. She wasn't trying to ram anyone. She was trying to get away from a dangerous situation, and now she's fucking dead. If you are okay with the fact that they're gunning people down in the streets, in the suburbs of Minneapolis, then you're not a freedom fighter. You're a fucking Nazi. Leave my country. Leave my state. Watch the video, y'all.
Oh, man. I wish... Well, apparently, the woman who got killed went to Canada. She went to Canada. She should have stayed there. She moved because President Trump got elected. You can't make this stuff up. So she comes back to the country. Now, this woman says, watch the video, watch the video. Yeah, we've watched the video. I've watched it analyzed. I watched Andrew Branca analyze it. He's a lawyer of self-defense, has 30 years or more. He's one of the top self-defense attorneys in America. The Andrew Branca Show, go check him out. He is smart. He analyzed the video. He's looking at it. He says there's no way they're probably even going to bring charges against this guy. It's clear. Even from all because we have all the different angles clearly showing. He acted in his right. And he lists 5 different things that you don't even have to meet all of them to require a self-defense defense. If you killed somebody, in a self-defense case. Now, a lot of states, I know, have stand your ground. You got stand your ground laws, but then you got a self-defense kind of thing as well, angle, and plus police officers and stuff have a little bit of a different standard because, hey, look, we all saw she had every opportunity to get out of the vehicle, and she didn't. They told her like 3 to 4 times, and even the officer went up to the car and tried to open the door. She puts the car in reverse. You could see the smoke coming out of the back. Then she pushes the gas, and the car starts heading towards him. Now, Steven Crowder did a mock thing where he was standing in front of a car, and he was asking the person in the driver's seat to turn the wheel, and they were in a big old SUV, the similar size to this woman's car, and they were having him turn the front wheel. And he says, I can't even see the wheel. So he couldn't see the wheel turning. So we can all Monday morning quarterback all we want, but he doesn't see the wheel turning. We see the wheel turning because we're watching video footage. What is going on in his mind in those few seconds? All he knows is he hears the engine going and the car's moving forward. And it did bump him. The car did bump him. Why was her car in the middle of the street? And that's why they were coming up and going, get out of the car. Because you are blocking traffic. These people are already blocking traffic. We've got some other videos to look at. This woman is unhinged. If it's even a woman. Remember the story we did the other day on the Holiday Inn? Or was it the Holiday Inn? It was the Hilton. So I guess the Hilton runs a bunch of franchise or something, and that sign is either they're putting it on the Hampton Inn for the Hilton, but they're removing the sign. This says Hilton sign being removed from the hotel, which canceled ICE agents' reservations, then lied about it. Incredible case of F around and find out. So maybe this pic is showing them just put on a different sign, I guess. But hey, guys, we did it. We did it. That Hilton said, okay, nope, we're not going to be involved with them and stuff like that. It's kind of like with Budweiser, people. We've got the numbers. We can squash this left agenda. We can stop this. All right, we've got some bozo just threw an object at an ICE officer in Minnesota, and agents bolted after him like freaking linebackers, tackling the assailant 75 yards away. It's pretty clear DEI is not to prevail inside ICE or Border Patrol. Prevalent, not too prevalent. Not too prevalent. That is crazy. And let's take a look at this video. Let's take a look at this video. They're all running. Look at this. But, oh my God. That's disgusting. Nobody wants to see that. Because crack does kill. Crack kills, y'all. Look at this.
Hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you.
This guy got caught. His pants were falling down. I used to always say, these gangsta boys and these young men and even older men, maybe in their 20s, early 30s, wearing their pants down where their butts hanging out. I always thought, if they were in a crisis and they had to run, whether maybe a house is on fire, some emergency situation, and you got to run. And they can't run because their stupid pants are falling down. I always thought that. I was like, this is retarded. It's just retarded to wear your pants like that. But look at this guy, this fat ass. Yeah, I said it. This is how he got busted. He threw something at them, and they chased him down. Well, you know what? They chased him down 75 yards away, and it wasn't that hard. Look at this guy. They're going to have to help. Let me pull your pants up, my guy. Let me get your pants up. It's insane. These retarded people. Somebody tweeted this on X, and the caption is, why white people are superior race. And this guy wrote, this other guy who tweeted it said, this guy is less retarded than Pierce Morgan. This is why I'm sharing it with y'all, guys, because it's this guy's good. Listen to this.
So Pierce Morgan and Tucker Carlson were having a conversation about how basically the white population is going extinct in England, right? And Pierce Morgan was basically sitting there and being like, you know what? I don't really got a real big deal with that. I like my Indian restaurants and shit, my tikka masala, I'm fucking with that. And in fact, I would replace a lot of white people with a lot of foreigners coming in. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, see, this is what Pierce Morgan and a lot of niggas don't really understand. Whiteness and the West go hand in hand. Whiteness and exploration go hand in hand. Whiteness and philosophy goes hand in hand. Whiteness and democracy goes fucking hand in hand. What does this mean? If white people are gone, the West is gone. All the things that has made the West great has come from white people. That's just the fucking truth. So if all these niggas are gone and you have the entire third world, Muhammad, Omar, all these niggas coming to your country and all the white people are now fucking gone, the third world just becomes the third world again. These niggas are coming to the West because the West is great. The West was created by white people. If the white people are fucking gone, then the West is not going to be great anymore. This is where you're just going to get the constant authoritarianism, the tyranny, and all the bullshit that you were trying to escape from because the white people are fucking gone. That's why we actually need the Wiggers. If the Wiggers are gone, the elections are fucking gone. I'm going to be sitting here with all you dumb niggas because y'all aren't thinking about space. You guys aren't thinking about inventing anything or having democracy or any of these high levels of fucking thought. I'm going to be like, hey, y'all, we need a fucking election. Y'all going to be like, nah, fuck that. War. Let's just kill niggas because that's what it's like. So white people getting replaced is actually a horrible thing for the West completely.
Wow. What'd you think of that?
So
he's right. You need critical thinkers. You need smart people to build things, keep up with infrastructure, innovate. You could check my channel for a past video. I covered a debate against Andrew Wilson and Daniel Hakatui. Call him Hakatui. He's a Muslim radical retard. But their subject matter, what they were debating was what was better for society, Christianity or Islam. And of course, Andrew's thesis was on, you guys have been marrying your cousins for 1,400 years, obviously because Muhammad did it. And with 1,400 years of cousin marriages, I mean, you've got family after family after family after family. After a while, it lowers the IQ. So you could go pull up a map of the world and see where all the low IQ in the retarded range, 75 and down, all over the globe. And all of these countries are, they practice Islam. They follow Muhammad. They marry their cousins. They're all about child brides because Muhammad married Alicia, whatever, at 6 and then consummated the marriage at 9. So it makes it okay for them. They're all a bunch of pedos. Muhammad was a pedo. He was like in his 50s, by the way, when he married this little girl. He's in it. That's disgusting. Ugh. It's just so gross and disgusting. But this is what George Soros has been doing. To have what we all become a third world. Look, this is happening all over the planet in different parts of the planet. The UK, look at what's happening there. It's all was happening simultaneously, where they were having the Germany, all of them, France, Great Britain, all of them, America, handfuls of these countries been inundated with a flood of illegals, and the governments were doing nothing about it. Like, they all must have got at a round table like the Associated Press did with the article we read at the beginning of the show. We all decided that we're not going to capitalize white. Well, they must have all got together, and I don't need my tinfoil hat on today for this. They all got together somehow or another and said, yeah, let's do this. And the floodgates opened, and they all poured in here. And we have chaos after chaos. George Soros, all these NGOs, all these nonprofits. Now we're finding out all of this fraud, that it's been funding all of this to destroy Western civilization, Christian values, to create another third world populace so they could rule us. But getting back to Daniel Kikachu and Andrew, Daniel, his defense, because of the low IQ, it's kind of like midway. It's like a 2-hour debate, by the way, but it's well worth the watch. So about an hour in, Daniel conceded and said, yeah, we might have lower IQ, but it's better that way. I'm not making this up. I covered the video. I reviewed the video. Okay, I'm in it. I'm talking. I watched it. He says, yeah, they want to go back 100, 200 years. They don't want educated people. So it's okay to keep marrying your cousins. People are just going to be illiterate naturally. They don't want innovation. They want to go back in time. What he claims, Daniel claims, is that high IQ equals atheism. That you're going to become an atheist because you're intelligent, which I thought was retarded. Now, what he's doing is blaming the Western civilization, that we have allowed the secularism, the liberalism, all of this stuff enter our culture, and he's right on that. Now, I agree with him on some points that we allowed things to happen, and this is where we are. We just fell asleep at the wheel. The Christians did. We really, truly did. And we let it just chip away at our democracy, at our culture, our country. We've just let it just nick, chip, boop, bip away. And it was astounding to me that, he conceded that, it's okay if we're illiterate. It's okay if we have low IQ. Not just low IQ. There's like really disturbing birth rates as well. So all this is done by design. It's all funded by George Soros' seed money for these NGOs. And then in turn, nonprofits NGOs turn around and get our federal government and the states' governments to be complicit with giving them money for the children, for the elderly, for the autism, for the downtrodden of America. There was a video, and you know what? I probably should play it. There's a young woman who had bought a house in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I think she was in Minnesota. And she said that she saw the writing on the wall. They did, and she loved her house. It was the first house she bought. And she ended up, she said her taxes started going up. Ilhan Omar gets elected. And she's like, oh my God. So she sold her house and left. She sold her house and left. She got pushed out. And it got me thinking. And she also apologized. She says not all Minnesotans are, Minneapolis Minnesotans are all left-wing libtard retards, basically. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what she was saying. This video you're watching here is of that fat ass who got stomped. Yeah, like he was running really fast. What a retard. But she got pushed out because of the taxes and things and stuff like that. So she got out early. She's like, oh my God, so she got out of there. Well, the thing is, I got to thinking is that, my God, what's happening in New York? They're wanting to put, because Mendami's a socialist Democrat. He's actually an Islam pedo psycho who worships Mohammed, who is a pedo and a psycho. But I got to thinking is that they're wanting to put more regulations on people who own property and rent out to people. They can't just up and sell this kind of stuff. Now, maybe I should have pulled up all the details. Y'all can go look it up. I was hearing them talking about it this morning. I read something about it yesterday. They're wanting to put a cap freeze on them renting, how much the rent is. Whether they're going to raise the rent, up the rent, and all of this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, these people are going to get pushed out. They're going to just want to sell right now. They better sell right now and get the hell out. And number two is, why are these people who are doers getting pushed out of their own states by third world, low IQ invaders and the Democrat leftists who run these cities? It's done by design. Okay, I'll put my tinfoil hat on. You guys are going, Rochelle, you're crazy. No, I don't think I am. I don't think I am. What better way to push these people out? Keep raising their property taxes, putting regulations on buying property or renting property, or you're renting out these apartments. And now the government's going to tell you what you can and can't do? It's insane. It's just insane. And yeah, I think this is what's happening. This is what is happening. You can tell me if I'm crazy or not, but it makes sense. Get them out, and then they control it. It's a socialist. And guess what? Also, it's kind of like communism, too. So they start putting all these regulations on these people who own these buildings and these properties. And then they put so many regulations on them that they go bankrupt. They can't, maybe they put some restrictions on them about, no, you just can't sell or whatever. Or they'll have you can sell it at a lower price to the government. So then the government buys the property to let the people live in. And then you know what's going to happen when the people move in? You think the state there is going to give you cheap rent? I don't think so. Or just keep letting the third world, low IQ invaders, the illegals, keep flooding into New York. I mean, it's insane what's happening when you think about it. I'm not an expert, guys. I just heard talk about it this morning and the last couple of days. Van Dummy and what's-her-face's Hulker, the governor. And, I saw something yesterday, and I'm going to wrap this up. They said that, New York's doubling down. They're saying they're going to go to like $4.5 billion for childcare. Well, I guess they can pay for it in their own city, because I guarantee you Trump is going to go, we're not giving you a dime. You're going to have to prove that every kid in every place is legit. And then they're going to have oversight. We're going to have government oversight. Go in there and make sure these places are doing what they said they're doing. And plus childcare, we're not having kids. How many kids are in New York? I'm just asking questions here. For them to do billions of dollars for childcare, is that even necessary? Why don't we start having to where women could stay home with their kid? Why are we putting out billions for a woman to put her kid in school? in a daycare. Why don't you just give her money to be able to stay home with the kid until the kid starts going to school? So the first 5 years, mom can stay home. Mom can work from home. Mom could stay home. Pay her that money. Why not? Sounds good to me. I would promote good. And obviously, we would need oversight on that, making sure all these houses are getting checked, coming and checking on them without even telling them. That they're not abusing the kid. They're not abusing the system, that the mom's really taking care of the kid. The kid's healthy. The house is clean. Whatever. I'm serious. Dot all the T's, dot all the... Well, there was more videos I wanted to go over, but there is so much stuff, guys. There is so much stuff. But that gives you a tidbit of the Soros NGO, nonprofit invasion of illegals funded by you. Funded by you, the taxpayers in America. Not just the city. They get federal money, and the federal money comes from your taxes, your federal taxes on your paychecks. And who is working, ladies and gentlemen? Who is the workers? It's the doers who are paying for the losers. The doers paying for the non-doers. Like and subscribe and let me know what you think. If I left anything out, let me know. I just didn't want the video to go too long, and this one did go for 50 minutes. But I've been trying to shorten them. There's just so much to go over and talk about. But anyway, let me know what you think. Are you one of those leftists? Yeah, I said it. Are you one of those leftists who think, oh, he just shot her for nothing? She wasn't going to run him over. Nope. She was there peacefully protesting. She was an observer. She was an observer and a watcher. She was trained. She was totally trained. This is insane. Like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Gets that algorithm down. If you like what I'm saying and they push this material out and get the word out that we are not going to let the left win. We are not going to let them win.